Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your space. Take a deep breath with me right now. Let your shoulders drop. Something is unfolding so incredibly fast behind the scenes, and tonight carries a massive, palpable shift for your energy. Keep this reading close to your chest, because this is a highly specific, highly protected transmission. You are not here by accident. You are here because of a specific weight you've been carrying, a karmic loop you cannot seem to break, and a question that keeps echoing in your mind at 2 a.m. We are going to dive straight in. I am pulling the energy right now, and the very first card out on the table to anchor your past is the asterisk Six of Pentacles, but it is in the reverse. This card immediately exposes the core power dynamic that has been quietly draining your life force. What shaped your current reality was a connection that was fundamentally, exhaustingly unequal. I am not saying there wasn't love. The emotional attraction was magnetic, almost intoxicating, and the love on your end was profoundly genuine. But in the realm of effort, in the realm of raw, tangible consistency, you were the one keeping the fire alive. You were the one initiating, the one understanding, the one bending your boundaries to accommodate their limitations. You made massive space for them in your life, in your mind, and in your heart, while they offered you breadcrumbs of availability in return. And here is the psychological trap you fell into, Pisces. Instead of seeing their lack of effort as their own deficit, you internalized it. You started analyzing yourself. You started wondering if your standards were too high, if your feelings were too intense, or if your need for basic communication was somehow too much. Let me completely shatter that illusion for you right now. When someone with profound emotional depth and karmic awareness, like you, steps into a dynamic with someone who is emotionally unavailable or playing a game of power and control, the easiest defense mechanism for them is to make you feel like you are the overwhelming one. You were never too much. You were simply pouring your ocean into a cup that was too small to hold you. There was a specific fracture in this dynamic, a moment where the silence became a weapon, an unspoken shift where they quietly broke an expectation without ever apologizing. That calcified silence is the ghost you have been wrestling with. Moving into the present moment, we have asterisk, the Hermit. This is where you are right now, and I need you to hear this loud and clear. The present position shows me a soul in the crucible of active, solitary transformation. This is not the aesthetic, romanticized version of healing. This is the dark night of the soul. This is the uncomfortable, agonizing shedding of an old skin, where some days you feel like an absolute warrior stepping into your highest timeline, and other days you are just trying to survive until the sun goes down. The Hermit reveals that you are cultivating a razor-sharp discernment. You are sitting in the dark with your own lantern, isolating yourself not out of depression, but out of necessity. You are actively evaluating who gets access to your energy going forward. You are finally learning the difference between a person who genuinely cherishes your soul and a person who simply enjoys the convenience of your light when it benefits them. This discernment is your new superpower. But the Hermit also brings an undeniable loneliness. It is the loneliness of being deeply misunderstood. You are surrounded by people, yet you feel like an alien because no one in your immediate circle can fully comprehend the psychological depth of the karmic cycle you are breaking. You are performing okayness for the world, smiling through the exhaustion of carrying this unrequited heavy energy. It is okay to admit that you crave to be seen, to be stripped bare of your armor and loved exactly as you are. That craving is not weakness. It is the ultimate proof of your humanity. Now we uncover the hidden truth. The card sitting at the foundation of your subconscious is asterisk the High Priestess. This is the ultimate card of intuition, of knowing things without needing physical proof. The hidden truth, Pisces, is that you already know. You already know the exact answer to the desperate question that brought you to this reading. I am not saying this to be cryptic or dismissive. I am saying this because your core issue is no longer confusion. Your core issue is resistance. You are resisting the truth your intuition has already screamed at you, because letting that truth land means the narrative has to change forever. The High Priestess tells me you have psychic-level awareness of this person's true capacity. You know their potential, yes, but you also know their current reality. You have sensed the energetic cord fraying. You know that who they are acting like right now is not aligned with the destined chosen one partnership you are meant for. You are holding on to a phantom. You are waiting for them to finally hand you a grand explanation, a dramatic confession, or the closure you feel you are owed. The High Priestess is stepping in to tell you. The closure is in the disrespect. The closure is in the silence. You do not need another piece of evidence. You do not need them to validate your reality. You have always had the sight. What you have lacked is the audacity to act on what your inner voice is telling you, and that audacity is violently waking up inside of you right now. Let us speak about the person in your energy, because their presence is heavy, lingering, and undeniably conflicted. This specific person is woven through the very fabric of this reading. They are an open loop, a lingering question mark. Here is their exact psychological state. They are internally at war over you. I am not romanticizing their struggle, but there is a profound, genuine ambivalence tearing them apart. On one side, they are addicted to your energy. They crave the warmth, the psychological safety, the undeniable karmic pull, and the way you made them feel like a god. You saw them in a way no one else ever has. But on the flip side, they are terrified of the mirror you hold up. They know that to truly be with you, they have to evolve. They have to shed their ego, drop the power games, and step up to a frequency they are not sure they can maintain. So, what did they do? They utilized intermittent reinforcement. They gave you mixed signals. They gave you moments of intense, intoxicating closeness, where you felt like you were the only two people on the planet, followed immediately by cold, punishing distance. Their words promised the world, but their actions built a wall. This inconsistency was not a mistake, Pisces. It was a strategy, conscious or unconscious, to keep you on the hook while maintaining their control. They were showing you their absolute ceiling. The painful reality is that it was simply easier for you to fall in love with their potential than to accept their current limitations. But here is the ultimate twist. Even if they magically healed tomorrow, even if they did the shadow work and came back offering everything you begged for, the version of you that accepted their bare minimum no longer exists. You have outgrown the cage they tried to keep you in. Let us look at what is accelerating toward you. The card in the approaching position is the *8 of Wands, paired with *Judgment. This is a massive, uncontrollable shift in momentum. The 8 of Wands signifies sudden, rapid communication that hits you out of nowhere. It is an unexpected conversation that arrives not when you are manifesting it, not when you are agonizing over it, but in a completely ordinary, mundane moment when your guard is entirely down. And this is not just a casual check-in. The Judgment card indicates a karmic reckoning. In this conversation, a profound truth is going to be spoken into existence. It might be an admission from them, or it might be a boundary fiercely set by you. What makes this arrival so critical is not that it magically fixes the past, but that it shatters the stalemate. It moves the stagnant energy. It is like kicking open a door that has been rusted shut for months. This sudden influx of truth will force an awakening. But beyond just this person, the 8 of Wands and Judgment represent a fierce reconnection with your own power, a suppressed part of your personality. The magnetic, radiant, unstoppable version of you that got buried under all this trauma and overgiving is resurrecting. You are waking up from a long, hypnotic sleep, and when your frequency shifts this drastically, the universe has no choice but to match it. You are about to attract completely different timelines. Doors are going to swing open, creatively, professionally, and romantically, simply because you are no longer vibrating at the frequency of waiting. But to step through that door, we must look at what needs to die. The card of release is the Devil. This is heavy, intense energy. What you must release is the toxic trauma bond. You must release the deeply ingrained narrative that your absolute worth as a human being is somehow tied to whether or not this specific person chooses you. I need you to let that sink into your bones. Your value is not a referendum waiting for their verdict. Your worth is not determined by whether their name lights up your phone, whether they view your story, or whether they finally regret losing you. The Devil represents the shadowy illusion of control and bondage. You have been chained to a fear that existed long before this person even walked into your life. The fear that if someone truly saw the real you, the anxious, deep, intense, too much parts of you, they would inevitably abandon you. Every time this person pulled away, your core wound bled, and you took it as absolute confirmation that you were unlovable. That is the illusion you must burn to the ground. You are not releasing them. You are releasing the agonizing fear that you are not enough. You are cutting the energetic cord that allows their mood, their silence, or their presence to dictate your emotional stability. Releasing the Devil doesn't mean the pain vanishes overnight. It means you reclaim the steering wheel. You stop letting the ghost of their opinion drive your life. Finally, we reach the deeper purpose. Why did you have to endure this brutal cycle? The culminating card is asterisk the Empress. Every tear, every sleepless night, every moment of soul-crushing confusion was an initiation. You were being forged in the fire so you could embody the Empress. You are stepping out of the role of the beggar and into the role of the sovereign. The purpose of this entire karmic chapter was to force you into a radically honest, unshakable relationship with yourself. You had to learn how to self-soothe when the person you wanted most left you in the cold. You had to learn how to generate your own security because the universe stripped away your external validation. The Empress does not chase. She simply attracts. She sits on her throne, entirely self-sufficient, fiercely abundant, and magnetically powerful. You are being prepared for a dynamic of absolute reciprocity. You are being cleared out so that you can hold a chosen one connection. A relationship where the power dynamic is perfectly balanced, where the effort is mutual, where you do not have to perform, manipulate, or beg to be adored. But to hold a love of that magnitude, you first had to build a nervous system capable of receiving it without self-sabotaging. That is what this agonizing wait has done. It has permanently rebuilt your internal architecture. You are no longer someone who will accept a love that is thrilling but terrifying. You are ready for a love that is thrilling, passionate, and incredibly safe. You are becoming the Empress. Before I close out this transmission, the guides are very loud right now. They want to give you 5 concrete, non-negotiable mandates for the coming weeks as this energy peaks. Number 1, stop explaining your depth to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. If someone in your life takes your vulnerability and uses it to maintain a power advantage, or minimizes your feelings to make you seem unstable, you cut off their access. Your explanations are sacred currency. Stop spending them on emotional bankrupts. Number 2, ruthlessly audit who makes you feel like yourself. Stop chasing the intoxicating high of people who make your heart race with anxiety and uncertainty. Seek the people who make your nervous system exhale. Seek the connections where you can be completely boring, entirely unmasked, and still feel profoundly cherished. That ease is the frequency of true love. Number 3, exercise your selfishness. Make one decision this week that serves absolutely no one but you. Do not factor in what makes you look low maintenance. Do not calculate how it will affect someone else's comfort. Do something that reclaims your time and your energy simply because you desire it. Flex that muscle of self-prioritization. Number 4, break the addiction of monitoring. Resist the venomous urge to check their social media, their following list, their online status, or their silent presence. Every single time you go looking for clues in their digital footprint, you rip the scab off a wound that is desperately trying to heal. Let it heal. Let them exist in the unknown. Surrender the illusion of control. If there is information you genuinely need to know, the universe will drop it right in your lap. Number 5, keep a close watch on your dreamscape. Your subconscious mind is processing years of karmic debris right now. The High Priestess energy is incredibly active at night. If you wake up with a visceral feeling from a dream, write it down. Do not overanalyze it. Do not obsess over the symbolism. Just honor it as your intuition actively rewiring your spirit. We are at the end of this reading, Pisces. But I need you to look at me energetically right now. You came here carrying the heaviest question of all. Am I going to be okay? The answer is a resounding, absolute yes. And I do not mean okay in the sense of barely surviving. I do not mean okay in the sense of numb functionality. I mean you are going to thrive in a way that makes this current pain look like a distant, necessary shadow. You are stepping into a timeline of profound abundance. You are going to look back at the midnight spirals, the desperate waiting, and the power games, and you will fall to your knees in gratitude that it did not work out the way you thought you wanted it to. The epic, consuming, steady, and secure love you have been dreaming of is not a delusion. It is a mathematical certainty in your timeline. But it can only arrive when you finally realize you are the prize. Stop treating yourself like an option that was passed over. Start treating yourself like a sovereign being who is being divinely realigned. You are not behind schedule. You are not forgotten by the universe. You are in the final stages of a masterpiece process. Protect your energy. Stay fiercely soft where you can, but become absolute iron where you must. A magnificent reality is hurtling towards you. I will see you in the next chapter where you will finally understand exactly why all of this had to happen. Until then, trust the Empress within. You already know the way.